Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laymen Daily Show. How is everyone today? I saw a very interesting ad last night from Nintendo for the launch of Tears of the Kingdom. I wanted to do that with you. I wanted to watch that with you, comment on it. It's either the best ad we've ever seen from for Zelda, or it's the worst, right? Other news, another demake that I wanted to throw in today. Some other news and trailers and whatever. It's going to be a good show. Let's get into it after the drop. All right. How's everyone in the chat today? James, yo, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for tuning in. Mike, hello all. How are we today? Isn't that nice? Asking how everyone is. I like that, Mike. You're a good man. You're a good dude. Bird up. Good to see you. Raxi, I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now. I was actually going to do that too, but I didn't end up doing that actually. Mike says, my body is ready for Tears of the Kingdom. Absolutely. When I played Breath of the Wild, I killed 3 of the beasts. And I tried to... I fought Ganon like 10 times and I just put it down. I never actually fully finished the game. But I did explore pretty much every part of that world. So I feel like I've like finished it without killing Ganon. Or killing the final... whatever the beast is called. Or whatever the things the beasts are called now. I don't remember now. Jesus. But I saw something that was quite interesting yesterday, and I wanted to do this with you. Let's watch this now. I have watched this, right? But what I'll do, right? And I'll watch the whole thing, and then we'll stop and we'll play it again and talk about it because it's kind of strange.
Nintendo Switch, play, connect.
Firstly, it's an Aussie ad, okay? That was brought out in Australia. That is an Australian accent, all right? Big up the Aussies. Now, guys, what do you think of that? That was kind of... I kind of like that, to be honest. It definitely pulls you in, right? It definitely makes you go, okay, shit, what's going on here? This isn't like experience the best Zelda ever. It's like there's barely any talking. There's like nothing happening. But he's just like... clearly in like a midlife crisis. All right, let's just go from the beginning. All right, he's riding the bus. No, no, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong on the bus. But why is he so sad? That's what I want to know. Why is he so goddamn sad? He's like, I gotta ride the fucking bus. God damn it. Gotta ride the bus. Big sigh. All these other people ride the bus too, but I'm the one that's sad today. I'm the sad one. Okay? Comes home to a beautiful home, loving wife. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, that sigh. It's like, oh, what a day at work. No Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I had to do numbers and shit all day. Good night, honey. I love you. Fuck off. I don't have Tears of the Kingdom. I need some sort of, I need a sandbox that I can make things. The only thing I'm going to be happy with. You see, he just didn't get the glider out. Like, what kind of imagery is that? Is that just him giving up? See what I mean? He's like, I'm done. If I'm not going to end it in the real world, I'll end it in the game. Goodbye, world! Tears of the Kingdom is breaking his depression. Another death scene. I'm seeing some imagery here again. Giving up in the game.
Nope.
No, not yet. I've got a loving wife, not yet.
Oh, come on.
Life going sideways. And more imagery. Life just not working out. Just kind of toppling over, you see. I'm seeing the imagery here. You guys seeing the imagery? There it is. Get support, you see. Support for life, and then you can move forward. There it is, guys. This is all confirmed imagery, because I said it, and it's on the internet, so it must be true.
Go. Oh. Yes.
Oh, he's fucking embarrassed. He's like, yes, a moment of joy. Oh, shit. People are seeing me that I'm happy on the bus. Fuck. Sorry, my bad, guys. Everyone, I'll continue to be somber.
Wow.
There's literally, outside, it's totally HD. It's totally, he's like, wow, look at how beautiful the clouds look. Far out. If only I could look at something as beautiful as that in real life. If only. Oh, wait, there it is. I can. It's right there.
Nintendo Switch.
Everything's going to be okay. I got Tears of the Kingdom. I can finally leave my wife.
Play. Connect.
I still think that's a great ad, though. I think that's actually a great ad. When I watched this, I saw this on Twitter. People were like talking about this. And I'm like, this is a bit strange. And then the more I watched it, the more one thing that really stood out. I couldn't look away. It wasn't the conventional, normal hype trailer that we've seen. The previous Legend of Zelda trailer that we did see was all like, you know, Link diving from the clouds and like all the hype train and stuff. This is very much like, hey, are you miserable? Are you in a midlife crisis? Loving wife and family, beautiful house, probably a good job. Doesn't matter. You're not happy until you play Tears of the Kingdom. What's that? You think that you can be happy without owning a Nintendo Switch? No, it's not possible. And we'll throw... And this is all bullshit, of course. Right? I don't actually think this. But imagery, it's all about imagery of drowning. We want to make sure you know that if you don't buy it, you're just drowning in life. You're just drowning in life. Things aren't working out. Okay? Things aren't going to work. You're just going to drown. Real shame. Also, if you continue to not listen to the fact that we think that you need Tears of the Kingdom, life will just continue to topple over. Not going to work. Sorry, folks. Yep, OLED equals rich. Why? I must be rich because I got an OLED. But I had a Switch Lite and a Switch, but I never used my Switch. I just played Switch Lite, so I ended up just like taking them both back and barely paying for the Switch OLED. I barely paid for the Switch OLED. But yeah, man, big fan of this ad. Definitely a bit of a fan of the ad, that's for sure. Very excited. Tears of the Kingdom comes out tomorrow in Australia. I'm guessing that we're going to see reviews tonight or something, like at least tomorrow when it comes out. I mean, you know, very rarely, like Redfall, will we see a game released the same time that the actual reviews are out. So because it's out tomorrow in Aussie time, I'm expecting to see some reviews very soon. So I will be doing probably a review roundup tomorrow. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. What's happening in the world of gaming? Okay, so Diablo did a developer live stream. It's an hour and a half. I was gonna like do a bits and pieces of it, but like it's too big, right? It's just too big. Heard it before. So look, if you guys want to check this out, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, we are approaching, and the Server Slam starts tomorrow. Starts on the same day as Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe not a good idea. Maybe not a good idea. They're going to be like, where are all the people? No one's playing this goddamn thing. Or they're going to be thinking, wow, the server's not getting slammed. Like, we're ready for release. There's not too many people playing because everyone's playing Tears of the Kingdom, but we're ready for release. Absolutely. Super excited for this. I will continue to show as much as I can on this in terms of like, you know, trailers and little bits and pieces that they show, because I am very keen for this, right? And who isn't keen for this, right? And as I said yesterday, I have been playing a little bit of Diablo Immortal on my phone. It's embarrassing, but it's okay to tell the truth. It's okay to tell the truth. Matthew says the OLED colors make you less depressed, unlike the OG Switch. OG Switch feels even more ancient. The OLED feels a little bit more premium and like new. The colors do certainly pop. The first game I played on OLED was Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread. I think that's when it came out roughly. Like that was roughly the time that it came out. Actually. Yeah, so Mike says not keen on the idea of starting a new character every season for Diablo. Is that confirmed? No, that's not confirmed, is it? Swiggy from Twitch. OG Switch makes you the happiest because you can jailbreak it. That's right. There was a certain time that you couldn't jailbreak it. They brought out a new one that couldn't be done or whatever. Those were the days. I never jailbreaked a Switch or anything like that, but I know people did. But it would be so weak now, the power. I don't know how much you could get out of that, really. Who knows? In other very important gaming news, expect a Spiderman Whopper coming to Burger King. Okay, it's very important. A new segment, like we did with the KFC with Diablo yesterday. Whenever they do release something when it comes to gaming and fast food, we're going to include it. It's very important. You guys need to know. Because if you're a gamer, you probably like fast food. If you're anything like me, you love your McChickens. Okay? I'm a big McChicken fan. Huge McChook fan. Now, new Spider-Man Whopper is coming to Burger King stores. Starting the 15th of May, the Spider-Man theme comes in the form of a red bun featuring black sesame seeds. It's also going to apparently have a sundae. A sundae is also going to be some sort of Spider-Man sundae. I don't know. Very excited to try it if I get it in Australia. So the thing about Australia is we don't always get these like cool promotions. It's usually America that gets it, and sometimes, you know, maybe we get the crumbs. In Australia, we get the crumbs, but I would definitely try this if I could. Anyone in the chat in the next week or so, if you get a chance to try the Spider-Man Whopper, please give me a detailed review. I would actually like to know that. Mike, it was unfortunately the Switch thing. Yeah, there was a certain time where you couldn't do it any longer, right? Made with real spiders. Did you guys ever hear about the whole Skittles? Red Skittles are made with the juice of beetles or something? Do you guys ever learn that? That's apparently a real thing, that red Skittles or some shit are made with a certain dye that you can only get from killing little beetles. That's true. All right, and you're enjoying Skittles, and shame on you. But I'm probably going to buy Skittles again in the future. Sorry, bugs. Sorry, beetles. A lot of artificial coloring comes from bugs. Swiggy, there we go with the knowledge. See, guys, you're not here just for gaming. You're here to know about the, the genocide of bugs for our pleasure. You know? Like, hi, so do you have any Skittles? No worries, we'll just go kill 40,000 beetles. Just give us a second and we'll give you a couple of Skittles. Oh, no worries, thanks. I'm happy to wait. No worries. Cheers. Yellow Skittle is bad for you. I think all Skittles are bad for you. I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know if one Skittle is bad. I think all Skittles are bad. Yellow banned in the EU? Really? Jesus. That's discrimination against the other Skittles. How dare they? We need that overturned immediately. Immediately. Okay? In other big news, legitimately big news, Silksong has been delayed past June 2023. So as you guys probably know, we're expecting to see Silksong. I finished Hollow Knight probably about a year and a half ago, two years ago for the first time. I was absolutely obsessed with that game. It's been a long time now for us to see what Silksong's going to be. It's been delayed, and the developer actually came out on Twitter and let us know a thing or two. He said, hey gangs, just a quick update about Silksong. We had planned to release in the first half of 2023, but development is still continuing. We're excited by how the game is shaping up, and it's gotten quite big. So we want to take the time to make the game as good as we can. Expect more details from us once we get closer to release. That's a shame, but you know what? I like, it's okay to delay things, especially when the creative vision is getting bigger and bigger, clearly, right? Or it could be just a Redfall, and they were like, holy shit, we saw how Redfall is. Let's dial this back a bit. I honestly think Silksong, if it does land correctly, it's now in that. I mean, when Hollow Knight first came out from Team Cherry, like it was like new, like people, it was a phenomenon. But now I feel like Silksong definitely has like top tier AAA status. Like people are really expecting to this be as good as like Zelda. You know what I mean? Like, or something of that, like it has to absolutely slap. So they're obviously aware of that kind of pressure, but that's good pressure, because they delivered so well with the original Hollow Knight that the new one is, there's a lot of anticipation. A lot of people want the top tier quality, like we got from Redfall. We want that kind of quality, So Matthew says, Phil Spencer will have to apologize to us about Silksong. I think he should just go on a speaking tour of just apologizing. I think it's a good idea. People would tune in for that. Would you buy a ticket, guys, to see Phil Spencer talk? If he was in Sydney, I would. I think Phil Spencer's still a dude. I still think his days are numbered. I still think he's a dude. I don't think he's been around long enough to say a thing or two about the gaming industry. But I digest. Sorry, guys. I digest. In other news, EA is indifferent on the Activision merger. Will still be Xbox #1 publisher now. Android Wilson was doing a little interview and someone asked him about the whole Activision thing. And he said, I get asked this a lot. I'm almost never allowed to answer the questions about it. He went on to say, I don't know what's going to happen with Activision and Microsoft, but we continue to be Microsoft's biggest partner. I think we're #1 on their platform. We're indifferent on whether that goes through or not. We feel like we have an incredible strategy, an incredible opportunity, and we'll continue to be the #1 publisher on the Microsoft platform. I think that's really cool. I mean, no one loves Android Wilson, right? He's like, we come in peace. These are not microtransactions. Promise. We are not trying to gouge your wallet. But there's definitely some strength in that. There's a real sense of confidence. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what the seas throw us. Our boat is strong. I kind of like that, I don't really think it matters what happens in the macro environment for EA. EA, love them or hate them, they're making some good stuff. Jedi Survivor, Squadrons, pretty much only Star Wars stuff at the moment. Star Wars Battlefront 2, if you take the microtransaction nonsense out, built with good bones, good game, and it still has a community. It's still around and somewhat thriving. And I think it's not really, doesn't really matter what happens with Activision, So this question just kind of set him up to say, hey, who cares? Doesn't really matter, They're a third-party publisher. They're going to continue to put their games on as many consoles as possible. Whatever happens with Activision and Microsoft doesn't really matter to them, But I thought it was interesting to put this in the show because it's good to see the mentality of other major publishers and companies that are looking on. And some may be threatened to see that Xbox may, of course, get someone on their first-party roster that, very well become much of their focus. And I wonder if some developers and publishers wonder if that's going to affect their overall strategy on Xbox's ecosystem. But it doesn't really matter to EA. Why? Why would it? So Android Wilson showing a moment of strength. He's obviously got an update. He got a GeForce Now update. We're implementing more confidence, more strength. All right. 40 gig patch though. Big. Abdul says, cool, calculated, confident. Yeah, he definitely is. I think he just had to download the script from ChatGPT. He's like, yep, we expect everything to be fine for us. We will continue to make all the money. Dead Space Remake restored some faith too. That's absolutely correct. And that was the first time I played it this year. I never played a Dead Space before that. And I could not put that down. For me, I liked that more than Resident Evil 4 Remake. Only because I'd never played Dead Space before. I'd played Resident Evil 4 multiple times over the last 20 odd years or whatever it is. Played a bit on Switch. I purchased it on Switch. I played it, of course, on GameCube. So, I don't know, Dead Space for me was like, whoa, this is actually phenomenal. You know, so EA is kind of doing some decent stuff right now, especially in kind of like the remake space. Apex Legends. They're certainly competing in that space. And just their overall offering. FIFA Ultimate Team. We love that. But you can't deny EA's footprint in the market. And their footprint is relatively large, especially in the whole sports space. So it makes sense that they wouldn't be overly worried about some sort of merger with Activision, you know? What else has happened in the world of gaming? Activision has bought... Oh, this is interesting, okay? So, Activision Blizzard has brought on Queen Elizabeth II's former lawyer to lead their appeal against the CMA. So this dude's name, where is it? It's Lord David Panic. You better panic, because Panic is here, and he's a lord. Let me tell you, CMA's in trouble. All right? Sounds like a Marvel character or something. Lord Panic. Oh my god! Quickly, get away! Lord Panic's here. You know? I object, Your Honor. My god, he used the object, Your Honor. Interesting to see what he does here, but he was the... he's part of the King's Council, whatever that is. And he was very much part of Queen Elizabeth II's legal team in her later years. So he's obviously a dude. If he's been helping the Queen, then this is going to be short work for him. Okay, so look, I think it's clear that the CMA definitely has a battle on their hands. Not to say that they're going to be winning this battle. Not to say that Xbox is going to win this battle. But I would say that we are expecting to at least see for the next year or so a serious battle to try and get this over the line with the CMA in the UK. If this does happen in the favor of Microsoft, then that may kind of move the needle again, and this is all back on track. You know, out of the 12 jurisdictions that they're seeking regulatory approval, 9 have said yes, 12 have said, well, 1 have said no, and 2 are yet to decide. So it's going to be interesting, right? But Lord Panic is here. And let me tell you. I'm going to make the same joke again. You better panic. There we go. Lathriel says, panic before the Lord. Absolutely. I mean, it's just a name built for intimidation and winning. And winning. Ah, dear. Who wants to watch some more D-Makes? I saw this... Now, I won't watch the whole thing, but I wanted to watch just the Father Gascoigne, what's it called? The fight with him. It's that from the start. Where is it? Yeah, okay, cool. Bring out Bloodborne, 60 FPS, PC, remake on PS5. God, I'd love to play this. I think it's out. You can play this, right? You can actually play this. You can download this. It just looks so charming. Do you know what I mean? Like, it looks good. It looks fun. And the MIDI music in the background, it's just the best. Alright, let's get to the end when he kills him. Ah, that's right, he changes. I forgot about that. That's right. I did fire the gas gun in my first go because I'm just an OG real dude. Runs better than the original. This may be 60 FPS. Oh yeah. As I said yesterday, right, there is absolutely a space in the industry for AAA developers to bring out a game and then they bring out a demake. 6 months, 8 months, 12 months later as a bit of fun. It's a cheap price. It's just a way to revisit it on weaker hardware or just like a bit of fun, you know? Or like Elden Ring comes to Switch as a demake. So you can still experience it. I mean, legitimately, if you could play Elden Ring at significantly worse graphics on your Switch, but you've already played it on PS5, you already played it on PC, but you could play it handheld, you could play it on the plane, on the bus, or whatever, and you just want to experience it again. You've already seen it at its peak graphics, but you just kind of want to play it again in a much more compact, degraded form. Would you do it for a cheaper price? I certainly would. I legitimately would. I'd love to see that in the future. I don't know if they're going to do that, but all it takes is one company, one developer to see that there's money in this. R says no. No, you're wrong, R. Okay? I would absolutely do this. Okay? Sinoda says from Twitch, but can the Switch run 15 FPS consistently though? That is the question. That is the question. That is the question. I guess it can sell for nostalgia's sake, Slipstream says. I agree with that. That's what I mean. Like I think there's something there. Like I think it could ultimately work. I'm not saying, firstly, it's a smaller development team. That's the first thing. They've already made the game. So they're just kind of retracing their steps in like a, you know, degraded fashion code-wise. I don't know, you know, I'm talking out of my butt right now. I don't know how it works, right? But like, you know, Steam Deck, that's very true, Plant Lord. You can play on the Steam Deck. I mean, like, wanting it on the Nintendo ecosystem. We've already seen it, of course, with Dark Souls. Dark Souls is on Switch. You know. DGen says the visual design would have to be significantly altered to keep the visual design. Well, that's the whole thing, right? It would be hard to kind of keep the essence, like, visually of Elden Ring and make sure it doesn't look too bad, but enough that you can play it. You know? In other news, Big Nintendo is watching you. So this is an interesting story. Alana Pierce, very prominent YouTuber, also was one of the writers for Santa Monica for God of War. Now, she was actually watching someone's review or impressions of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, right? She was watching this loser called Skill Up. And it got banned midstream. Nintendo DMCA striked her and took her stream down. Now, Nintendo's pretty crazy like that, right? But I'm in all favor of DMC taking down anything of Skill Up. Get rid of him. And if anyone doesn't know what Skill Up looks like, that's a photo I took last family dinner of him. So that's Skill Up, okay? And so yeah, she was watching Skill Up. And in the middle of the stream, it got taken down. That's how crazy Nintendo is at the moment. Of just making sure that no one streams anything that they shouldn't, or no one shows anything they shouldn't. This is important to mention too. Ralph, my bro, everything that he showed on that video of his impressions was all Nintendo approved. It was all done that as it says here. And the footage was legitimately recorded by Skill Up during a Nintendo-hosted event. So it was literally recorded at an event hosted by Nintendo. And when bloody Alana Pierce was live, they just cut it midstream. Nintendo's crazy like that, man. They just don't care. They're just like, nah, do we see anything Zelda? Is it approved? Doesn't matter. Axe it. And then, of course, the headlines don't look great for Nintendo. They really should think before they do it. That's what I mean. Inside job, Sinoda. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was just me, DMCA taking down. I'm like, nah. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Ralph shutting down streams and scaring Nintendo. My guy. Could have been Ralph. You never know. No. I think it was clearly from Nintendo. Just panicking as usual. Nintendo just panics. And as I said the other day, there has been pirated versions now of Tears of the Kingdom. So it's out there. People are playing it. People are able to download it, sadly, through evil avenues. But it comes out tomorrow. So I'm very excited to play it when it comes out. Because I will definitely... That is a game I'll review. I was originally going to review Jedi Survivor, but I just haven't played it enough, to be honest. Like, I just haven't played it enough. Been playing Wild Rift way too much. It's sad. It's sad. But, yes. Just reading some of the comments. Ralph is hero turned vigilante. Absolutely. Absolutely. Says Nintendo has a theme park now. They're untouchable. Once you get to the theme park level, there's no turning back. Like Disney has a theme park. Star Wars has like a theme park thing inside Disney World or whatever. Once you get to that level, that's it. You're untouchable. And then you can just start taking down people's content. Because they're the lord of content. They don't, no, we don't like that content. No, we don't like that content. Go on. It's important to mention that a lot of pieces stuff is back up now. I think kind of that takedown or whatever that was taken away was a misunderstanding. From my understanding, that is the case. So, we've seen this. Oh, yeah, sorry, of course. Capcom's, okay, this is interesting. Capcom sold more games in its last fiscal year than in any other in its history. Capcom is going strength to strength, man. I swear to God, Capcom is honestly going strength to strength at the moment. Now, some people don't like to hear that, of course, but, you know, they've got a lot of stuff going on. They're a very robust publisher at the moment and company. You know, Monster Hunter, everyone loves, a lot of people love Monster Hunter. It's not my thing, but of course it's wildly successful. Resident Evil 4 Remake, the whole remake thing they've been doing from Resident Evil 2, 3, 4. Resident Evil 8, when that came out, that was awesome. Biohazard, the first one that had the first person view. I mean, it's constantly, I think, part of the conversation. Capcom. And just to give you some rough figures. In its end-year financial results published on Wednesday, which cover the year ended March 31st, 2023, the Resident Evil publisher said it sold 41.7 million games during the 12-month period. That's up from 32.6 million games from the previous fiscal year and breaks its record for the most games sold in a business year. Big money. And you know what? If the Activision Blizzard thing doesn't go through, maybe they just buy Capcom. That's a possibility, isn't it? I'm going to have to turn the aircon on. It's so hot in here. That's a possibility, isn't it? Activision's like, nah, sorry, can't be bought. Capcom. You're next. EA. You know, oh, wait, guys, we missed it. EA is like rubbing shoulders with Xbox. Like, yeah, we're still their number one publisher. It's because they want to be bought. We got it now, guys. You heard it first. You heard it live. That's why. The new Street Fighter demo was interesting. I've actually played that yet. That is something that I need to play. Absolutely. It's an open beta, right? Open beta. And I thought that's quite interesting for them to do that because I remember when Street Fighter 4 came out, they didn't do a beta. And I remember the language roughly being around the fact they didn't want people to play two characters for hours and hours and hours and hours, and they just get over it and they don't purchase it. That's the problem, I think, with like a fighting game, especially if you're going to give someone Ryu or Ken to play or whatever. Now, they may not be your main character, but like they're the mascots, right? And in any demo, it feels like they need to give you at least one of those. And again, I haven't played the Street Fighter beta yet, so I don't know who's in there. Chat, help me out. But when you're able to play a fighting game in an open beta for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, I think sometimes people may have enough of it for now. You know, it's very different to a demo that has a campaign, a story, where like you've gotten to a certain point, you're like, oh my God, I want to learn more. Or like, you know, you've leveled up a certain character and you've been hooked by that kind of RPG element. With Street Fighter, it's like, I don't know, you know? So I remember them originally doing that back in Street Fighter 4 days when I was like 21 or something. No, I'm still 21. What are you talking about? And I thought back then, I was like, I understand why they would do that. I understand that why they would like not give a demo, you know? But maybe the landscape's changed. They obviously saw what they did with Street Fighter 5. Not everyone loves Street Fighter 5. And they feel like they've got some making up to do. They want people to play this. They're obviously relatively confident in it. So that must be why. Rant over. Game Addict from Twitch says, I want the rumored MGS3 remake. Feels good, man. Okay, that is going to be the remake of the century. I mean, there's a few remakes that people put up as like top tier everyone wants. Soul Reaver, Resident Evil 4, which we got. Metal Gear Solid games. That's pretty much it. No, I can't think of anything else at the moment. But like, of course, there'd be heaps of games that people want to play, right? Like, we got Final Fantasy 7 remake, of course. A Final Fantasy 8 remake. Love that. That would be great. What else? Simpsons Hit and Run, man. That's what we need. That's the kind of remake we need. And that would sell so well. Simpsons Hit and Run was one of the greater games on GameCube. I remember that. It was just a good game. It was good fun. You know? Absolutely. Crazy Taxi. Yep, I agree there. Game Addict, Crazy Taxi. FF6 deserves the treatment FF7 remake got. I never actually finished FF6. I did play a little bit of it. But like not enough to like really get into it and be like, okay, cool, I'm finishing this game, you know? Now this is interesting. This is very important to show you. A flat... Okay, so this guy's going to show us that the Earth is flat. Okay, you guys ready for this? Because I was a globe earther. Is that what you call it? A round earther? But not now. Guys, we've been lied to our whole life. This guy accidentally, a flat earther, proves that the Earth is round.
You have a backup experiment. You're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water. The Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, you know, it's as... we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Love to see it. Hate to see him be crushed like that. But Earth is... look, you show me legitimate evidence that the Earth is flat, then hey, you know what? I'll listen. But this guy got schooled today. That guy got schooled. You know, the whole flat Earth thing. When we start commercial travel into space, or the average consumer is able, with a bit of cash, right, is able to do a journey up, and then you're able to like go out of the atmosphere and kind of maybe hover for a bit, then come back down. Like that's going to happen in the future. This whole flat Earth thing is done. Because you know how many flat earthers are going to book a ticket if they can afford it? They're going to book a ticket and bring a camera and be like, guys, I'm going to show you that NASA's full of shit. And they're going to go up there and they're going to be like, oh, fuck, my whole life's a lie. That's what's going to happen. And I'm looking forward to that. The moon landing, another one. Some people say that the moon landing never happened. It was a way to bankrupt the Russians. Potentially. Potentially. I've seen those videos where they speed it up and that looks like they're walking. Or the flag. It has a flicker or something. A bit of air or whatever. Lathriel says, you can do that now. Can you do that now? Shit, I didn't know that. Well, because I'm so rich, I better book. Live stream as I'm going into space. I think that's what we should do then. What are other conspiracy theories? There's a lot, actually. And some of them, you know. In other news, Horizon Forbidden West sells 8.4 million. Horizon franchise now hits 32.7 million. I mean, that's massive, right? As we've seen, I just want to throw this in quickly. This is just a quick story. This is just to say that, of course, we are seeing that TV show. It's now clearly one of the top-tier AAA franchises for PlayStation. They're doubling down on it. They're doing the whole TV show. It's going strength to strength. Funny enough, I just never really got into it. Maybe I should give it another chance. Thick Boy loved this shit, man. He played all of it. He platinumed both games, I think. Burning Shores also came out, and only on PlayStation 5. Sad. I wonder what the figures would have been like if Burning Shores also came onto PS4. But, you know, the fact that they had to kind of segregate the DLC is a shame. But obviously it's a stern and decisive move to say that going forward, certain DLCs cannot be they cannot be on both platforms because creatively we can't fully realize what we want to do. You know? So that's interesting, and expect more from this. Expect the TV show. The TV show, whenever it does come out, I'll absolutely review that. And that'll be fun. I'd love to do that. Now, this is a quick one. Activision Blizzard is making more money from PC games than console games. Holy shit. Now, this happened because in 2000s to 2010, they were making more money from the consoles, right? Activision back in the day. Remember Guitar Hero? Bro, Guitar Hero was so good. Whatever happened, hey, they completely decimated that. They brought out like 27 titles in like 8 years, man. I remember Guitar Hero 3, Even Flow, For the Love of God was on there. YYZ was on Guitar Hero 2. Okay, there's bangers, right? There's bangers on both of them. But Guitar Hero 3 was what really got me into it. Cliffs of Dover. Bro, that was the best. I can't even show you it because it'll be banned because YouTube sucks. Good times though. Good times. But PC Gamer notes that the PC has been a bigger earner than consoles for Activision over the past 3 quarters. Between Jan 1st and March 31, it made 666 million. Oh my god, did Activision make 666 million? It's a bit evil. Blizzard made 666 million on PC. And they're going to bring out Diablo? Perfect timing. Now it all makes sense. Compared to 639 million from consoles, a $27 million difference. Quick maps. The platform still isn't Activision's most lucrative though. 956 million in total revenue from mobile. Mobile's where it's at, man. And I'm increasingly playing more and more mobile games. Well, Wild Rift. I'm just playing Wild Rift and a bit of Diablo Immortal. I downloaded COD on mobile. Man, I just don't like it, man. I don't know. It just feels too finicky. Like, it's just not my vibe, not my jam. I just can't get into it. I don't know. Not really my thing. You know? Rock Band better than Guitar Hero? Get out of here, Ghost. You are wrong. You are wrong, my friend. They have WoW, which is interesting, actually, because between 2000 and 2010, they were making more money from console than PC back in the WoW days. Oh, wait, they didn't own Blizzard yet, though, right? When did they own Blizzard? I think that was around 2008, actually, that Bobby Kotick kind of brokered that deal. But Guitar Hero is where it's at. Now, Rock Band, I do agree. Rock Band was pretty good. I did play a little bit of that. But, yeah. Guitar Hero is where it's at. I'm sorry. This is the place for discussion. But the moment I feel like you may be right in any way, I'm just going to shut you down. That's diplomatic discussions. Diplomatic negotiations. Mr. Beast reported he purchased a whole neighborhood. I mean, what the hell, man? Jesus. People out here trying to, like, buy a large coffee. And, like, I'm going to treat myself today. I'm going to buy myself a large coffee. I'm treating myself today. I bought a large coffee. I treated myself today. While he's like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to buy an entire neighborhood. Yeah. You know, this whole, like, controversy with Mr. Beast, you know, giving 10,000 kids shoes or something, or 1,000 people that were deaf and he gives them back their hearing, or makes 1,000 people blind that aren't. Like, I do not understand how people have a problem with someone that's, you know, in the space of, can't even say it. You know what I'm trying to say. And he's trying to make people's worlds better. And they're, like, attacking him. They're attacking him for giving people back, 1,000 people back their eyesight, 1,000 people back their hearing. When I see people on Twitter being like, oh my God, he's, like, changing people's lives for the better. It's very problematic. I'm like, you're problematic. Leave the guy alone. He's trying his best, dude. And the thing is, right, on his channel where he's only just helping people, all the money goes back into it, right? There's a separate one. There's Mr. Beast, and then there's the other channel that just like helps people, right? And all that money goes back in and just helps more people. It's non-for-profit. And I don't understand why people are getting so angry at him for that. Like, there'd be less anger if he was, what, just making a swimming pool full of 10,000 marbles? And I don't understand why that's such a big thing. Now, anyway, back to after my rant. Yeah, apparently he bought a whole freaking neighborhood for all his people that work there. Sorry, still sick. An entire neighborhood, so they can all work together and be in close proximity if they wish to be, or if they want to still live somewhere else, they can. But this is just allow increased productivity, allow them to not be so stressed. It's actually close to his hometown also. It's where he it's close to where he actually grew up. So look, I think it's like whatever, man. If he's been so successful, if he's got to a point where he can do those things, if he can like buy a neighborhood, and at the same time he's helped a lot of people along the way. He's built a fantastic channel. He's made some awesome videos. Like if he wants to buy a goddamn neighborhood, let him do it. Let him do it. That's capitalism, man. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has passed 300 million worldwide. Now, I'm not going to take too much time on this. I'm going to finish pretty soon. But one thing I was going to say on this is, shows that Marvel is still got something in the tank. Now, some people might think that sounds a bit like, you know, I'm not unironically, I'm being honest here. Like, I think that Marvel is not going to be as strong as it was at Endgame, right? It's going to be very hard for them to fully get to that same peak again. Not that it's not possible. It's like, I think it's pretty hard. And then for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, to put in 300 million in the first week or so, man, that's massive. That is massive. But it's also the end of a trilogy. It's also the end of a trilogy. And I think when something comes to an end like that, people want to see it. Like Endgame, people wanted to see that. Although we're getting more Avengers movies, people wanted to see what this was going to be like. You know? And did you guys see this?
Really creepy.
Very eerie.
Yeah.
And James now has it in his office.
I had it in my office for a long time, and people would come in and scream.
They would what in it and scream?
They'd come in and scream.
What?
Because when it's sitting on its back,
They would do what?
come in.
They come in. What did you say?
They come in and scream.
Oh, come in and scream.
Chris Pratt's just being a dick. Like, he knows what he's doing there.
Come in here and scream.
I don't know. Dude.
I love Chris Pratt. Oh man, when I watched him on Parks and Rec, that was the first time I saw that I already knew he was already making things by then, like Guardians of the Galaxy and whatever, and he was already a star. But when I went back to watch Parks and Rec and saw him in the first season, when he was going out with Anne, is it Anne? I think it was Anne. I was like, whoa, this guy's a fucking star. Like, I know he's a star now, but if I'm watching him before he was a star and I could see it. I can see it. You know? Slipstream says, Infinity War was better than Endgame. No. Endgame felt very long, but I feel like the payoff at the end justified how long it was, and that's the thing. And I think it was pretty... I don't know, man. Endgame was pretty goddamn good. It really did a good job of ending the franchise as we knew it, as the Avengers franchise. And I know we got the Kang Wars, or whatever it's called, and the Secret Wars, and there's more stuff happening. But yeah, man. Yes. And to finish up, ladies and gentlemen, would it be a show without some sort of AI? Now, there's no AI game today, but I can tell you why. I felt like we can't do the AI game every day, because otherwise I'll run out of AI photos. Okay, so today we're going to be watching another pizza commercial. What the fuck is this thing? What the hell just went wrong there? Look. What was that? The hands again, man. They can't do the hands. They struggle with the hands big time. What is going on there, man? Whoa, that's like a shapeshifter. And it just goes on and on like, oh my god! What is that? See, what they're going to do in the future is use AI for horror movies. Just like let it spit something out. They're like, yeah, that's fucking scary. We're going to use that, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. But, yeah, guys. So, Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow. I'm going to do some review wrap-ups for you. And we'll talk about what... Okay, before we finish, actually, what do you guys think? And we'll talk about it tomorrow. What do you think Zelda's going to come in at? I think Metacritic, without knowing anything yet, of course, I'm just like, based on the previous quality of Zelda, it's going to be at least 93. 92 to 93. I stopped it at a very good point, actually. Look at this. Like, what is that hand? What is that? I mean, are they twins or something? Who knows? Yeah, so I think it's going to be a strong 90 to 95 range, but if I'm going to pick a number, I'm going to say 93. 93. If it's more ambitious, if it's like better, or if it's, I mean, naturally it's bigger, right? In the bathroom at work, 96. It's 96, man. That would be like, you know. I know Zelda Ocarina of Time is 99 on Metacritic. Now, if IGN gives it a 7, then they're just doing it for the clicks. That's a quick way to get a lot of views. Saying like, I don't think Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is good. Do not buy Tears of the Kingdom. That'll get people clicking on your video just to downvote it and comment that you suck. But it'll get people watching. That's a good way to do it. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll put out a thumbnail tomorrow. Don't listen to the reviews. This game sucks, from someone that hasn't played it. Okay? Dale says it will just beat out Redfall. It will just need to beat Redfall. If it gets a 4.1 out of 10, it's better than Redfall. It's 1. It's 1. 7 out of 10, too much water. I remember that. Pokemon, that's right, in the bath at work. That's right, I remember that. Good times, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you, appreciate you guys. I will see you guys next time for Zelda Roundup tomorrow. If the reviews are out, but I'm guessing they are. And have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are. See you guys next time. Laymen out.